Hello, guys. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
It's about 1 minute to start our class. If you could turn on your cameras and your so we can see you. Hello, Marta. Nice meeting you. Hello, Luis.
Hi, teacher. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Excellent. What about Rosario and Ilse? So anyways, let's it's 10 o'clock and I'd like to start. Can anyone hear me and see me correctly?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Let me have a little bit more of light. There we go. Okay. Let me send a message to the chat.
Good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
Hello, Rosario. Good morning. How are you?
Good. You?
Very good. Excellent. All right. Very good. So let's give a couple of minutes while everybody gets online. I'd like to know you. I'd like to know your background, your names, first of all. And I'm going to start with me. My name is Gerson, and I'm hoping to be your trainer this course for the TKT course, which, by the way, this is a course that not just teaches you TKT or the abilities for, to pass the exam, but also to how to teach an effective English class. You'll see in a minute, okay? So I've been an English teacher for, I don't know, 20 years, maybe. And all the levels and all the types of English classes. Sorry? Okay, so all the courses that you may think in English, I've given, okay? From basic to literature, translation, TOEFL, TKT, grammar, audio resources, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I will send you my curriculum after the class just for you to know me, okay? Hello, Erika. Nice to see you again. Hello, Erika. Nice to see you again.
Hello. Yes, nice to meet you.
Very good. Excellent.
Good. I'm here.
So I'd like now to know you. What about you, Marta? We listen to you. Tell us about you, your background, where you're from, etc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marta Lucia. I prefer to call me Marta. I am a clinical psychologist. I have been working for 3 years in private practice, and I love to speak and learn English, so I am here for that.
Excellent, very good. So you're a psychologist, okay? So I'm going to be very careful of what I say.
No, it's okay. I am not working now, so it's okay.
Okay, okay. So what about you, Luis?
Hi everyone, my name is Luis Angel. You can call me Luis or Angel. I don't really mind. I just finished high school in Canada, so I've been just chilling at home and stuff. So I'm here because I wanna take the TKT test. So I wanna see what's this all about.
Very good. Excellent. Welcome, Luis. I know Marta's from Celaya, correct?
Yes, I'm from Celaya.
Celaya, yes. Okay. And Luis, where are you from?
I'm from San Luis Potosí.
San Luis Potosí. Nice, nice. Rosario, tell us about you.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, my name is Rosario. I've been a teacher, both English and Spanish, kindergarten and elementary for the last 20 years. And yes, I'm
Wow.
here because, yeah, thank you. I'm looking for a certification, and to learn. And I think this is a great opportunity to be in online, So we have all these courses in hand, right? And I think it's easier. So looking forward to it.
Very good. Excellent,
I'm
Rosario.
from Mexico City. I live in Mexico City.
Mexico City. Very good, Rosario. So, and you're on a private sector or a public
Yeah.
sector?
Private.
Private. Okay, so because that's pretty cool. 20
Thank
years
you.
experience. Wow.
20 years, both kindergarten. I'm originally a Montessori teacher, since I was 18 years old. And then, well, life. So I'm teaching elementary school
Very
in a
nice.
private school.
That's good for you. So, yes, you do need the certification and TKT and also all the tools to teach. Very nice. Okay, Rosario. Well, thank you for being here and welcome.
Thank you.
Nora.
Well, I think I have the tools. I just need the paper,
Right. I understand. Right.
Thank you.
Nora, what do you think? What about you? Nora, right?
Yes, Nora. Oh, thank you. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Nora. I'm from Aguascalientes, Mexico. I'm a collector analyst. I make phone calls to people who have debt. And I'm currently studying in law.
So you're the ones that call me Sunday 7 in the morning. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you,
the
Nora.
one. Well, I'm free on Sundays, but I do that.
I just kidding.
Rough stuff, yes. And I'm studying in law. I just started my education, and I, as well as Ms. Rosario, I want to get the certificate to be a teacher in English. And I have
Very
24
nice.
years. I love music, cats, animals, and just having fun with music.
Very good. Excellent. Kareli, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
So we're introducing ourselves, like where you're from and your background and
Okay.
personal and professional thing.
Yes. Hi, my name is Alma Carelli. I am 25 years old, and I want to pass this course because I have some projects. But in the first reasons is because I want to learn more English. In my past course was in my school University of Guanajuato, level 600. After I went to work for 7 months and I couldn't practice my English.
Okay. Where are you from, Kareli?
Chihuahua, but in this moment I live in Celaya.
Celaya. Very nice.
Yes.
Very good. My mom was from Chihuahua too.
Yes.
Yeah, she passed away like a year ago or a year and a half ago. But yeah, she was from Chihuahua. You have your camera off. Are you here?
Hi, good morning. I'm sorry, it's just that I don't have a camera.
All right, that's right. You told me that. I'm sorry. Yes, correct.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Tell us about you, Ilse.
Yeah, of course. My name is Ilse Jocelyn, but you can call me Ilse. I'm from Mexico City. I'm 17 years old, almost 18, and I want to have I was going to start college, but it didn't pass, so I prefer to study English and the languages. So here I am.
Very good, Ilse. Very good. So no teaching experience so far, Ilse?
No, I don't.
Okay. I know Kareli does because she's in the classroom, I believe. But that's okay.
What?
You have a teaching experience?
In this I don't know. I am help other teacher in first grade of the secondary school.
Okay. My condolences, but that's okay. No, just kidding.
Okay. Apenas. Acabo de empezar.
You just started. That's good.
Yes.
At what point in my life I actually worked for a secundaria area in Monterrey, in one Tec de Monterrey in Bajío, and I'm still in therapy, but yes, Marta knows what I'm talking about. Erika, tell us about yourself, please.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Erica. I'm from Tancanwitz, San Luis Potosí. I'm working elementary, Colegio de Bachilleres. Okay, I'm teach English for 5 years ago. Yeah, I need to the TKT for that. Listen me? Hello?
We cannot hear you, Gerson.
Listo.
Hola, hola, ¿me escuchan? Hola, buenos días.
Buen día.
Gerson, your mic is muted.
No, Robbie.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, very good. Thank you. I'm working with Telnex network. So if it starts goofing around, I change my network, okay? I have another one as a backup. So just if I start acting funny, give me a couple minutes and I just change network, okay? All right, very good. So Fabiola, welcome.
Thank you very much.
From Veracruz, correct? No.
No, from Playa del Carmen.
Playa del Carmen, that's correct. I'm actually, let me tell you that my wife and I are going this October to Playa del Carmen. So it's going to be pretty cool if we meet over there, all right?
Yeah, it's very nice right here. Everything is open right now. Restaurants and the beach.
Wow.
Very good, yeah.
Good.
And my wife and I just got COVID, so we're pretty much immune, so so it's okay. Very good. Gabriela, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. We're introducing ourselves, and I like to first of all, I like to listen to Fabiola. You haven't had a chance to introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, like where you're from, your teaching experience maybe, or why do you want the TKT, etc.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Yes, my name is Fabiola. I'm from Playa del Carmen. I'm 32 years old, and my plan is to have like a little school for kids, so I can teach them English. Because I have 4 kids, so I would like to involve my kids and then teach another kids.
Very nice. So you have already 4 students, huh?
Yes, yes, for
Excellent.
students.
Very good. Very good. Very good. What about you, Gabriela?
Okay, my name is Gabby. I live in Mexico City. I have been working as English teacher for 10 years, but now I have a dream, and it's to certificate my English and get techniques to improve my work.
Very nice. Very good. Excellent. So pretty much we're all the same channel, right? We're on the same pace. That number one, we want the paper. That's obvious because SEP, wants us to have a paper, a certification. No, back in the days, and Rosario knows what I'm talking about. Back in the days, it's like, okay, you speak English, go and teach English. And it was simpler. Now the SEP it's changing and it's getting more demanding as far as certifications comes to play, which is fine because it improves or makes us improve our teaching techniques and therefore our certifications. And also, I can hear that all of you want to be a good English teacher, that I want to have all the right tools that we can provide. So personally, that will be my aim during this training course, for you to pass the TKT, and which is good because we have brotherly institutions that in whatever the city you live in, you will have the access to apply the TKT. Okay, and for example, especially Marta and Carelli, I'm going to personally apply for you because we're nearby, and the rest is going to be brotherly institutions that you can apply TKT from our institution. And personally, me, Gerson Cisneros, you can call me teacher, you can call me Lord. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be helping you, and all my experience and all my techniques for you to work with. Okay, you have my WhatsApp. I'm 24/7. So hey, Gabriela says, you know what? I have this issue with this student. I'll be more than happy to help each one of you. Okay. I've been an English teacher for 20 years. I've been teaching all levels, all ages, from kindergarten to elderly, and also I'm also a Cambridge speaking examiner. So I have the training for evaluate teachers in an oral interview, and also I am a TKT speaking or a TKT examiner. I apply TKT to teachers. Okay, so pretty much that's my background. And by the way, another thing, these classes are being recorded and broadcasted in YouTube, not publicly. It's going to be recorded and so that if for some reason one Saturday you can make it, you can check it again on my channel on YouTube. It's not public, okay? I'll give you the link so you can watch it, okay? That's why it says there, live on YouTube. All right, good. So first again, all right, we're gonna start with, today's class is about the first technique that an English teacher must have when teaching English, okay? Whether it's a kindergarten like Rosario, whether it's elementary, whether it's junior high, high school, or adult or elderly. The first technique or the first thing that a teacher must do is this. Let me share screen for you. Okay, good. Can you see my screen? Not if you see it. Okay, good. Thank you, Fabiola. So the very, very first thing that English teachers must understand is that an English class, on the contrary, and as exact science class like mathematics, chemistry, this is a communication class. Whether you're teaching French, whether you're teaching English, whether you're teaching Spanish for foreign students, this is a communication class. And this is actually very emphasized on the TKT. Why is it emphasized? Why is it important? And maybe Nora says, well, that's too obvious. Well, yeah, but you know what? For some reason, I've been observing classes. I've been a coordinator for many years, and I've observed classes, and teachers forget about this simple thing. English classes supposed to be communicative classes. And then they forget, and then they start talking, and students don't practice. The students only write, only copy, maybe a couple of conversations. And what happens if a student doesn't practice, Rosario?
They don't learn, basically.
Simple as that. They might pass the subject because, you know, they have to, there's an exam, and maybe they turn in some homework. But at the end of the day, oral production is zero. That's why many students go through all, you know, elementary, high school, prepa, university. At the end, they don't speak English. I mean, they go to the whole English process. They're 10 years in English, but they don't speak English. Why? Because the teacher forgot that an English class is supposed to be communicative. Okay, so that's the first technique that we're going to learn today. So we're going to start a little bit with some introduction. What is communication for you, Kareli? Will you tell us?
Repeat me, please.
Yeah, what is, for you, what is communication?
For example, speak with other person.
Okay, all right, that's a form of communication. Marta, for you, what's communication? You're the psychologist, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's a process to give and receive information for other people or maybe a thing.
All right, okay, interesting definition. Okay, so why don't we read this? Can you read this, Gabriela? Your microphone is off, Gabriela.
Let's see. Communication is defined as the sum of total of information about feelings, aptitudes, and wishes, transmitted directly and indirectly, consciously and unconsciously. And the term communication covers just about any interaction with another person. It includes sharing information, ideas, and feelings between people.
Very good, excellent. So now Kareli and Marta told us something is communication both ways, but now we have a bigger definition: feelings, attitudes, and wishes. Do you agree with this? Yes, it's like the wife, no? Me amas, pues te mantengo, no? That's not a real communication, right? It's feelings, attitudes, and wishes, okay? So let me ask you something, Luis. Do you think communication is important in your classes?
Yes, I do think the communication is important in my classes.
Exactly. We're going to see why. Okay, so another definition: communication as a two-way process. When you communicate, you perceive, and the other persons respond and react with thoughts and feelings. Do you agree? So again, thoughts and feelings. So what happens when good communication is missing? Nora, what do you think it happens? In any way, in any aspect, whether it's personal, professional, what happens if there's no good communication?
Confusion. I think people won't understand the things that we want to emphasize or share. They will be, yeah, as I said, confused, and they don't know, they won't know the thoughts that we have, because we are not explaining very well.
Exactly. You assume what other people think, and the other people assume that you understand, right? So what would happen? Well, here is feeling angry, worry, maybe irritated, and then in the classroom in particular, the learning process is broken. So bottom line, communication is important. We're going to talk, and this is for you to know all over the course, especially for the TKT, we're going to learn about the communicative approach. Maybe Rosario have heard about it because she's been the longest of the teacher with us. And as we're going to call it the CLT, you can actually Google it. You Google CLT and EFL or ESL, and you will have like 2.5 million pages. Select the first 5 and read it as a homework. So what is the CLT? CLT stands for the communicative language teaching. It's the approach of today to teach both second and foreign languages. Now let me ask you something by deduction, Marta. Here in Mexico, do we teach second English? English is a second language or English is a foreign language?
In my personal education, I don't have English class, but I was teacher for 2 years, and I saw the students have the half of the day in Spanish and the rest in English. So I think it's a second language now, but I don't know the rest of the schools if they have this way to teach like that.
Okay, interesting observation. You work for the so-called bilingual school, no? Which is, that term is incorrect. Actually, it shouldn't be that way. It should be bicultural, but that's a different story. However, according to the gurus of teaching, in Mexico, we do not teach second language. English as a second language are only students that live in a native English country. Example, you live in the States, you're Mexican, you study English in the States, then it's a second language because everything surrounding you, TV, radio, your friends, everything surrounding you is supposed to be English. So therefore, English becomes your second language. Okay? In Mexico, everything, even though in the so-called bilingual schools, even though they have 5 hours, 4 hours of English, when they walk out of the school, they don't practice English. Everything surrounding them is Spanish. So therefore, English in Mexico is English as a foreign language. Okay? So far so good? That's why we need to understand that if Marta, Erica, Rosario, all of us are teaching English, we must have our students practice English in the classroom. Otherwise, and this is, you know, there might be some exceptions, like I had a couple of girls like a long time ago, así de, maestro, no entendí bien su clase, ¿me puede dejar tarea extra para entender? Those are exceptions. A normal Mexican kid won't. Okay, so if you want your students to practice English, they need to practice inside the classroom. Otherwise, when they, you know, walk out of your class, they won't practice. They might watch some movies, they might play some video games, but practice English like it is, it won't. Okay, so from this time on, we're going to talk about this. Let me here. We're going to talk about this definition, TTT. What is TTT? It's your teacher's talking time. In the classroom, we need to avoid or control, not avoid, control your TTT, teacher's talking time. According to the gurus of teaching, it's only 8 to 10% of the class. Actually, according to the TKT and all the gurus and the CLT.
Teacher, excuse me, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I'm sharing the screen.
Because I can see nothing. I just see you.
If you're in a cell phone or tablet? Ilse?
I'm on the computer.
On the computer?
Okay, but I find it. I find it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, okay. Actually, you're not a teacher. You're a facilitator. Okay? Teacher is understood like the old school teacher. I'm in front of the class. Okay, let's do this, let's do that, repeat, copy that, copy the sentences in your notebook, and blah, 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 blah. In other words, the teacher lectures. Understand the word? Lectures. See? That only talks. That's an old school teacher. ¿Se acuerdan en la universidad? Kool-Aid teacher. El típico Kool-Aid teacher así de, a ver, yo vengo aquí a enseñar y ustedes a escribir. That's an old school teacher. Nowadays, the new tendency is that you're not a teacher, you're a facilitator. You facilitate the English to your students. In other words, you're a guide. Okay, so you give instructions, and then who does the talking then? The students. Thank you, Rosario. You just guide them and the students talk. All right? So that's going to be our first premise. TTT. Your TTT should be minimal. 8 to 10% according to the gurus. Well, I agree and disagree because it depends on the students, but no more than 15%. So if it's 60-minute class, that means that during the class, you're going to talk about 10 to 15 minutes. The rest is going to be participation from students. And it makes sense, you know? It makes sense. If Juanito Perez is your student and he comes into your class is from 10 to 10:50 or 11, and he only talks 2 words, 3 words, 5 minutes, do you think Juanito Perez is going to learn to speak English? No. It's stupid, you know? For some reason in the history of humankind, teachers tend to do that. Teachers tend to talk and talk and talk. Okay, open the workbook on page 56, exercises 1 to 11. Do it. No, teachers, don't do that. I mean, I'm not satanizing workbooks, okay? I'm just saying that you should promote communication in your classroom. Why teachers don't do that? What do you think? I mean, this is an open, a safe area, okay? Like my psychologist here, this is whatever it says, whatever we say here stays here. And YouTube, but that's private YouTube.
I think it's because in the private high school, we need to follow a book. So in many times, I was teacher for Formación Cívica y Ética, and I just have 2 hours on the week, and I need to speak with my students and create a way to think for another society problems, and we have to answer the book. So I think that it's a problem to follow all the book, and we don't facilitate to think to the students. So just have an order for them.
Yeah, but you're talking about FOSE.
Yes.
It's different from a communication class. We're
Okay.
talking about English as a communication class. English as a foreign language. No
Okay.
English as a subject, eh?
Okay.
Spanish. Spanish as a subject, the ones in secundaria that are learning Spanish, o como se llama lengua y comunicación, algo así se llaman en el programa de la SEP. It's different. It's only grammar, it's only, newspaper, only el cuento y la carta. It's different. We're talking about students talking English.
Okay.
A communication class, it should be that, communicative. If Juanito Perez comes, if Juanito Perez doesn't practice English, he won't learn. Rosario, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that Marta is a little bit on the point, because it depends on the programs and on the books and on the schools. And, if you stick to SEP, or if you stick to the school's program, then you're a bit out of it, but there are many techniques now, like project-based education, then that you get to have the children like being real life experiences, and that's easier for us teachers to teach communicating skills, both in English and Spanish, because I think Spanish program is a little bit like Marta was saying, like on the program by the grades and for the record, and and this project-based or these real-life events-based education that I think that it's where we are heading. Even the SEP is heading that way.
Yes.
Slowly but surely. That opens the options, because you get to experience many things regarding of the or not having an eye on the grades or the records or the programs, a little more freedom, if you.
Exactly, which is basically what the communication, the CLT says. The famous educación por competencias. That's actually what it is.
Exactly that.
That's actually what it is. But SEP, it's getting there.
But teachers are struggling with it, because they don't have these tools, they don't have these programs, and the older generation of teachers, that's the heads of the SEP, they are like very, like Marta was saying, like very on their grades and follow the book and control freaks,
Exactly. And okay, very good. Actually, in the next slides, we're going to talk about that. It depends on the institution, pretty much. But the premise is that you, as much as you can, try to adapt your class for the benefit of your students.
Exactly. They all came down to that, to the teacher.
Exactly. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so far so good. TTT, minimal. The students don't need a choro. They need to be guided, and the students need to practice. Okay, good. Sorry. There you go. All right, so communicative language teaching makes us use real life situations. Continue reading, Kareli.
Communicative language teaching makes use of real-life situations where communication is required. The teachers set up a situation that students are likely to encounter in real life. Unlike the traditionalist communicative approach can leave students in suspense as to the outcome of a class exercise, which will vary according to their reaction and responses.
Okay, so traditionalist method of language teachings relies on repetitions and drills. We're going to talk about the traditionalist method is the typical Kool-Aid teachers that walks into the classroom. Okay, copy these 10 sentences in your notebook, y una plana de esto y otra plana de aquello. That's a traditionalist method. That's old school. Don't do that. Okay, so on the contrary, the CLT promotes real life situations. And this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Parenthesis before that. Is it okay if I correct you some mispronunciation? Yes, you know.
Yes, please. Yes,
I need
please.
to ask before because, you know, some people might get offended, right? Yes, Kareli, it's okay if I correct? Okay, so it's, Kareli, it's real life situations where communication is required. Okay? All right. So this is interesting. For example, Nora, continue the conversation. Okay. Hello, Nora. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, see, you're a teacher, but
I'm an English teacher.
How will it start? How will the response? Sorry.
So I'm the student?
Yes. So, hello, Nora. How are you?
Can I? Fine, thank you. And you?
Exactly. That's the answer to everybody, no? Fine,
Okay.
thank you. And you?
Right.
Okay, so that's traditionalism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not real. Nobody talks like that.
Mm.
But students memorize that. So the new tendency says that you need to include, and we're going to see in a moment, cultural features, society features, idioms, and so forth. Okay, so that's basically what it says, real life situations. So the real life simulation changes from today. Students' motivation learns come from desire to communicate in meaningful ways and meaningful topics. Do you agree? Yes. The students, if you force them to complete the conversation, to do pair work, trios, groups, whatever you do, if you force them, they will do it. Because you're a teacher, you're working in a high school, you're working in elementary, but they're not going to learn. And worst, they will probably hate English. And that's why when they grow up, they're going to say, es que a mí no me gusta, es que yo tengo problemas con inglés. No, the thing is that you had a bad teacher. That's the reality. Okay, so students' desire to communicate becomes, something desirable when they feel appealed to it. Many years ago, I worked for the government in Guanajuato supervising classes. And I had to go to this community called Hishu. And I don't know if you're familiar, Hishu is in the mountains. Y yo así como típico buen empleado, pues lo estaba dejando al final, ¿verdad? Porque quién quería ir hasta allá. But anyways, I had to go. I had to travel 2 days. And when I arrived, it was, I think it was a sexto de primaria, I believe. And the teacher had a very cool class, very well designed, lots of material. Well, he knew that was coming, so he prepared very well. And the topic was, according to the book, a trip to Las Vegas. What was the mistake there? Very well organized, very well designed, lots of visual aids.
The topic?
Exactly, this is Hishu. Poor kids haven't known even Querétaro or Guanajuato. What happened to the class? It was ruined. Students were lost. The students were answering because, it was a teacher, he had to answer. But he wasn't interested. So, Okay, so you need to work, we need to work on developing the motivation of our students according to topics that are appealing. Now, institutions come into play, books come into play, but again, as much as you can, adapt your class. So what does it mean? Number one, can you read it, Ilse?
Yes. The primary aim of foreign language learning is communication with users of the foreign language.
That's your primary aim. In other words, your goal is students to speak English, not to pass the exam, not to have a 10 vocabulary, not to ace the spelling bee in your school. I know you're related to it because spelling bee is a huge thing for schools. No, your aim is that Juanito Perez and Juanita Perez is able to communicate in real life situations. I know, I've been both sides. I've been a principal, I've been a teacher, I've been a coordinator, and I know that, for example, I refer to spelling bee because it's a waste of time, you know, pedagogically speaking. It's a huge thing for the schools because it's an open class. Different story. Okay, I've been both sizes. Find the balance, teachers. Find the balance. Keep in mind that your aim is the students, as much as you is in your hand, help them to develop oral production for them. Okay. Number two. Read it, Marta.
Students study for foreign language as a system of communication.
System of communication. Luis, are you here? Yes, Luis. What when I say the word system, what comes into your mind?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, when I say the word system, what comes into your mind?
Something that it's implemented on our community.
Okay, interesting definition. Gabriela, for you, what's a system?
A system, the order of words to communicate something.
The order, okay. Anyone has a different definition? I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, eh? I'm just want to know what's in your mind with the word system.
I think that it's the right recipe to learn something.
A recipe, very nice, interesting. A system has elements, yes or no? Right? Has instructions, has elements, components, and all together becomes a system. You know, a very rough definition, but you know, pretty much. English is the same. Communication is the same. You cannot rely only on grammar, for example. Sad to say, some teachers only rely on grammar. Don't do that. Or relying only on writing. Or only in speaking, which is rare, but you know, no. System of communication is writing. Well, what are the skills? The many skills is, tell me, Rosario, the 4 skills.
Reading, writing, and oral language.
And the 4th?
Listening.
Listening.
Very good. So that's the system. In all their features, you need to include every class. Let me repeat it for you. You need to include every class the 4 skills. One is going to be more predominant each class because maybe it's a reading class. Okay, for reading. But then you would include other, maybe a listening activity, maybe a communication activity, and so forth. Okay, so the second premise is system of communication. Don't rely only on one. That's why, and this is for you to know, many people say, ah, pues es que yo leo y le entiendo, pero no hablo. Because her teacher, his teacher, only relied on one skill. Remember, for a person to master a language, needs to master the 4 skills. 2 are active and 2 are passive. By deduction, which one is the passive ones? Which one is when you receive information?
Listening.
Listening and
Writing.
No,
it's reading, sorry.
Reading.
Reading.
Excellent, reading, because you receive. That's why many people say, es que leo, entiendo. No, hombre, escucho y le entiendo, pero no hablo. Because they need to practice developing the other two, which is?
Speaking.
And?
Writing.
Exactly. When they produce the language.
Okay.
Okay, so the 4 skills, important in every class. All right, number 3, the students learn and practice their foreign language through communicative activities. Okay, communicative activities. Can you read what it says? March S. Burns. Can you read it? Nora.
Yes, Margie S. Burns, an expert in the field of communicative language teaching. Language is an interaction. It is interpersonal activity and has a clear relationship with society. In this light, language study has to look at the use function of language in context.
Very good.
Both its linguistic context, what is expected before and after a given piece of function, and its social or situational context, who is speaking, what their social roles are, why they have come together to speak.
Very good. Okay, so, and this is 1984, eh? That's old. And Mexico is starting apenas. That's a different story. But yes, a new tendency. Check it out. Interaction, interpersonal activity, and clear relationship with society. In other words, if I say the word sex to a 15-year-old girl, she probably thinks in churches, wedding gowns, rainbows, unicorns, the clowns. But if I say the word sex to a 15-year-old boy, that's a whole different story. Okay, so it's the same in the classroom. Whatever you say or whatever your students say, it will depend on interactions, personal activity, and the relationship with society. So what it says is that if you are conducting a conversation activity, we're going to call it a communicative activity, you need to take into consideration all the cultural, all the interests of the students, all the aspects into account. That's what it says, okay? Example, I attended in a different place a teachers convention, okay? So I arrived to the desk, front desk, the hotel, and I say, may I use the yellow pages, please? Is that wrong? No.
Very formal.
Eh?
Very formal.
Yeah, the receptionist laughed. You're a teacher, right? Yeah. Nobody talks like that. But that's what a book says. So that's what it means. You need to take into consideration all the aspects so that you can conduct an effective conversation. In other words, we make English a real tool to communicate, considering interaction, interpersonal relationships, and clear relationship with society. The communicative approach, continue reading, Erika. Second point.
The communicative approach helps to teach how us grammar, how to use vocabulary, etc. The practicing or the language, the proper use to it.
Very good. The pragmatic. That's okay.
Pragmatic, yes. The communicative approach helps us to specific functions on real life situations.
Very good. So, in other words, is the know-how. How to use vocabulary, how to use grammar. Example, A very plain and simple example. How much and how many? The traditionalist method says, or the Kool-Aid teacher is, te ponen las dos columnas, countable, no countable, how much, how many. Okay, that's, you know, acceptable, but it's not communicative. The students will not learn from it, you know, to speak English. So what you do is you create a real life situation, a real life atmosphere where students are in the supermarket. And you have a bunch of props and visual aids and the fruits and the milk and the juice. Okay, guys, so let's buy the groceries for the week. And then you have your flashcards with how much, how many, and then the different products. And then, okay, Juanito Perez, how much? The milk. How much? Or how many? Or how many? And then you promote communication. That's the know-how. That's how to use grammar, how to use the vocabulary. And I promise you, next day, Juanito Perez, when he goes with mom to the supermarket, va a estar caminando, how much, how many, the milk, the pears. And then, therefore, he will learn to speak English. That's what it is to talk about the pragmatic language and the proper use of it. So far, so good? Am I going too fast or it's okay? Please interrupt me if you have any questions, okay? There is no stupid question. All right, interrupt me if you have any question or doubt. All right. In the past, the primary aim of the language learning seemed to be the use of grammatical system. No, we said the Kool-Aid teacher, 10 sentences, bunch of vocabulary, copy this, hagan esta oración con esta, cámbienlo a past tense, blah, blah, blah. It was only translation or literature, okay? Nowadays is the practical use of English for communication. Again, the system of communication. Language contain many systems. One of them is grammar, but it's not only grammar.
Really?
Yes, Ilse? You want to say something? No, okay. Example. Let me ask you this. How long have you been here? Or how long are you here for? Which one is incorrect? Which one is correct? What do you think? So, Rosario? Your microphone.
Sorry, both are correct, I think, but I think the meaning is different, right? The first one is, how long have you been here? So since when, you know? And how long are you here for? It's like the future. How long are you going to be here, right?
Okay, the meaning is correct. Do you think the grammar is correct?
I think so.
You sure?
It's not?
Anyone? There is this rule that it says that you cannot end a sentence with a preposition.
Preposition, I know. So both are.
So both are grammatically incorrect. Both are acceptable because both are used in the English use of English. In other words, they're both colloquially acceptable. So this is what it means. Your aim is to teach them that, yes, you cannot end a sentence with for or here because it's a preposition. Y te va a levantar la mano porque siempre hay un Juanito Pérez. Teacher, y entonces cuando dicen, what do you think of? And it's not correct, grammatically incorrect, but it's acceptable. So you need to teach them that the book or the grammar or the formal speaking dictates this. In the streets, with your bodies, you may use this. That's what it means, real life situations. Okay? Very good observation, Rosario. The meaning, what you said, perfect. Both were incorrect grammatically. Both are acceptable.
Okay, thank you.
Teacher, es que yo escuché a mi hermana que escuchaba la de more than words y dice if I was. ¿Y qué crees? ¿Sí es cierto? It's totally incorrect. People use it. I'm not saying that you're going to teach something wrong. First of all, you're going to teach what is correct. But there's nothing wrong to explain that in a real life situation, you can use other ways. Okay? So basically, this is what it is. The communicative activities or the approach doesn't focus on sentences. It focuses on functions. In other words, a sentence is, I am a teacher, I'm giving a lecture, we had a coffee break, etc. Yes or no? Functions, functions says socializing, getting and giving information, expressing emotions, etc. Another example, Okay, let's talk about professions. I am a teacher. He is a teacher. We are teachers. And then the Kool-Aid teacher or the old school teacher, ya sabes, pone el monito, el I, you, he, she, y luego ¿cómo se llama? I am teacher or pilot or okay. The new tendency of the real life situation says, okay, we are in a party. Okay, and we are socializing. Introduce yourself. Qué diferencia, ¿va? So then that student will learn something, will learn when encounter the situation, he will know that it's I am a teacher, she is a teacher for a woman because he is experiencing and living the language. Okay? All right, good. All right, what are the communicative activities? Can you read the first point, Gabriela?
Okay, activities in classroom where the purpose is to introduce language previously learned.
And Gabriela says, duh, teacher, pues obvio. But guess what? For some reason, in the mystery of humankind, teachers assume students know. Don't do that. Please don't do that. That's bad for self-esteem for the students, really. It's really bad. Típico, así ya sabes, llega el maestro, today is present continuous. Y luego se voltea y dice, do you know what present continuous is? Dude, you're the teacher. There are students. Students are students. They don't know. So please don't do that. Or typical. Okay, so talk about traveling. Let's go to Acapulco and you book. But you don't give in any vocabulary. ¿Qué va a pasar? The students are going to be lost.
Exactly.
Y ya sabes, el típico, teacher, ¿y cómo? Miss, ¿y qué digo? Miss, ¿y ahora qué sigue? All of those questions, and I'm sure you have heard them, is because of you. I'm sorry to tell you and be hard on you, but it's your fault. All of those questions is because of you. You need to make it easy for your students. Give them vocabulary, give them tools. Remember, facilitate, guide them. Okay, so wherever you are conducting a conversation activity is something that students know. Something, vocabulary they know, or grammar they know, or whatever they know. Otherwise, it's impossible. Otherwise, you just waste time. and most likely students will hate you. Okay, number two, we're going to talk about when conducting an activity, we must have 6 characteristics. We're going to discuss each one of those, okay? It's been an hour, 1 hour and 5 minutes. You want to take a pee break? Yes? So let's say 10 minutes. It's
Yes.
11:05, so 11:15.
Perfect.
All right. I'm going to leave the session open anyways. So I'll meet you here at 11:15.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you listen to me? Okay, thank you. I had to I had to change network. Anyways, okay, let me share the screen again. Can you see my screen? Okay, perfect. All right, so hold on a second. Let me. Okay, so we said that we must have 6 characteristics. Okay, we're going to talk about each one of those. Okay, remember, these are when conducting a communicative activity, when conducting a conversation activity, whatever the book says or whatever you're going to call it. Example, you're teaching, I don't know, you're teaching present continuous, and then you're having an activity of people in the beach doing different activities. Okay, so let's talk to your partner. Talk to your partner about the activities portrayed in the poster, I don't know, or talk to your partners about what is happening in the beach. Okay, that talk to your partner is a communicative activity. Okay, is a communication or conversation activity. The first premise is can you read this, Nora? Nora? Can you listen to me, Nora? No? Hello, hello? No, no, probably not. All right, can you listen to me, Rosario? Yes, okay. Can you read it,
Yes.
Rosario?
Sure. A desire to communicate. In a communicative activity, there must be a reason to communicate. When someone asks a question, the person must wish to get some information or some other form of result.
Very good. So, in other words, Nora, you don't listen anything? Okay. Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
unplug. Oops. Oh.
No, yeah, she said that she's back. Okay, cool, Nora. Okay, so the first premise for a student to actually talk is that he needs to have a desire to talk. In other words, he needs to have a reason. He needs to wish. He needs to desire to talk. Again, if you force them, they will respond, they will do it, but they want to learn. And their mind is, ay, otra vez, teacher. And you can even say the face and ay, teacher, otra vez. And then they block themselves. The psychology here knows what I'm talking about. They block themselves and they learn. Okay, so they need to, so how do you know what a student wants? Luis.
You need to listen to them and see what the interest is and then go from there.
Exactly. Listen to them. You just nailed it. Really. Because, you know, the old traditional is teacher, the oculate teacher, yo soy el maestro y se hace así, bla, bla, bla. Teacher, pero nada. O ya sabes, el clásico. Teacher, ¿por qué es así? Porque es así. Porque así es. No, don't do that. Listen to your students. Listen to their interests. If the book says, for example, no, talking about cricket, do you think a normal Mexican student is interested in cricket? At least the majority? No, they probably don't know what it is. So adapt your program. Okay, let's talk about the Chivas contra America. I don't know, I'm just talking out of the blue. So but find something that they desire to talk about. Okay? If the student doesn't want to be involved in the conversation, the conversation will not be effective. Do you agree? Simple as that. They will respond because you're the teacher and they need to pass the exam or they know the subject, but they're not going to learn. So why would a student not want to be? Because you don't have an appealing topic for them. So you need to have relevant topics, appealing topics, interested. I personally, I didn't invent this. I took it from one of my mentors. He, on the first day, had index cards. You know index cards? Right, index cards? Okay, so he says, okay, we're going to have a nice break activity. So we had us in a circle with the index card, and we wrote 3 hobbies of ours, 3 favorite movies, 3 favorite food, 3 favorite colors. And then we draw ourselves. Okay, so it's a nice break, you know? Okay, so Juanito Perez likes Padrino, likes the Star Wars movies, blah, 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 blah. So everybody got to know each other. But the teacher kept the English cards. Why?
To know his students.
And he kept it, and he had a folder with segundo de secundaria. So once or twice during the course, he would open the folder and read the interest. So he would adapt the activities to their interests. Guess what? His students were always awesome in English. There's a reason. Okay? Number 2. Can you read this, Marta?
They should be using language in some way to achieve an objective, and this objective or purpose should be the most important part of communication.
Once you have gained their interest, then give them a purpose. If the student doesn't have a purpose or a reason, even though he wants to talk, he will not find it easy. He will not find it difficult. And if a student struggles with the conversation, again, that student will block himself and it goes blank. Y hasta los puedes ver, ¿no? ¿Qué te estaba diciendo? And your conversation activity is ruined. So when we ask students to describe their bedroom furniture, we are creating a purpose. For example, Nora and Rosario, let's talk about your last vacations. So far, so good. You desire to talk about your last vacations, but then I say, tell your partner what was your favorite activity. You give him a purpose. And then Rosario is like, pues mis last vacations fue, no sé, Monte Carlo en Grecia, no sé, alguna cosa de esas. Y my favorite was, conocí a un...
I wish.
Let's dream, Rosario. Let's dream,
okay,
Rosario.
Okay.
So then you decide to talk about Monte Carlo, and then you say, but my favorite one is que conocí un griego que no sabes, bueno. And then you give them a purpose to talk. See the sequence? Okay, number 3. Focus on language content. What does it mean? Can you read this, Luis?
In real life, we don't ask about our friends, family in order to practice. Have has forms.
Exactly. You don't tell your cousin, hey, can you tell me in singular and third person singular about your sister? No, that's stupid, right? We don't do that. We actually want to know about your cousin, about your family, about your friends, right? So if we ask the question, it's because we're interested in the information. That's to say that we're interested in the language content rather in the language form. When we have a purpose of the activity, this will come naturally. In other words, you give them a desire, you give them a purpose, and then you let them talk because you're interested in the information. You're interested more in their producing language rather than if he used the verb in past, if he pronounced the verb correctly. You don't care about that in this particular moment of the class. Ojo, eh? I'm not saying that is there is another time. We're going to see that next week. There is another time for you to correct them and teach. This is plain conversation activity. Because what happens if you're more interested in the pronunciation, in the grammar, and you are como cuchillito de palo, así no es Juanito, así no es, remember lo que te dije, blah, blah, blah. What happens to Juanito's mind?
I'm not good enough. I don't want to talk.
In English,
I don't like
right?
English. Yeah.
Exactly. ¿Y qué pasa? ¿Aprenderá inglés?
No.
No.
You blocked him.
Exactly. Y hasta the teacher son of a mother. See what I mean? So let them talk. You're more interested in them to producing language, producing, oral production is called. You're more interested in them gaining confidence, in them gaining and practicing the vocabulary. There is a different part of the class where you correct, where you teach. I'm talking about conversation activities. So, a variety of language use. Read this, Kareli.
In normal communication, we do not repeatedly use the same language forms. In fact, we usually try to avoid repetition. Example, teacher, is it correct? I am doing great. For how are you?
Very good, excellent. Do you agree with this? In a normal conversation, we don't repeat the words every time. So it's actually motivating for the students to use a variety of vocabulary. Okay? Y no faltar el heckler, ¿no? Es que, teacher, ayer vi en The Big Bang Theory que decían así, así, así. The Kool-Aid teacher or the traditional teacher is, no, está mal. Repeat what I said. Don't do that. They're going to end up hating hating English. You need to teach them all variety of language. And when I mean all variety, I mean idioms. What's an idiom, Erika? Do you know this expression? Do you know this word, idiom?
No.
No? Okay, who wants? Okay, the correct word, the correct definition is idiomatic expression. You know what it means?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, tell me.
Idiomatic expressions, when you use something to say to students. I don't know.
Kind of. An idiomatic expression is something that is not in the book. It's something that you learn in the streets.
Oh, okay.
It's example en español, ¿no? Pues pásame una lana. That's
Okay,
an
yeah.
idiomatic expression. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Students have the right to know idiomatic expressions because it's
Yeah.
real life. They will encounter them in real life situation. Okay. This is sorry, go ahead, Erika.
Okay, and this is an example for it's rainy dogs and cats, maybe.
Well, that's a very old idiomatic expression, but yes, exactly. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Like a slang. Thank you, Nora. Like a slang. Slang is very informal, but yes, it's a slang. Idiomatic expression is pure slang. Okay, so for example,
I have an example,
yes,
but I
okay.
don't know if it's okay. When you say something it's really cool, you don't say that. In the US, I've heard that they say it's lit.
Yeah, or in UK is wicked.
Okay.
Wicked. Wicked is very, it's a person that is very bad, but it means cool. It's something that is really, really cool. So yeah, that's an idiomatic expressions. Now you need to teach. Don't get me wrong. You need to teach what the book says. They need to know proper English. Yes, but there's nothing wrong to teach them real English. That's actually the tendency, because they will actually encounter, real life situations. Okay. Languages are different than exact sciences. Do you agree? 2 times 2 is 4. English is not. Don't be a square. English is or languages have tons and tons and tons of different ways to say something or the same way. That's why, I don't know if you have had it, Rosario, or the ones that have teaching experience. That's why it's very hard to teach engineers. Engineers always want to have the formula.
I haven't teach adults, but yeah, I can imagine.
You can relate, yes, exactly.
I can relate.
Well, actually, part of our institution teaches companies, like it's the Honda and companies, and it's really hard. Engineers are square. They want the formula and the structure. ¿Y por qué, teacher? ¿Y cómo es? ¿Y después de aquí qué va? Dude, just learn to talk.
Yeah, they learn the grammar by heart, but they don't know how to
Actually, they read books. They read English books.
Or engineer books in English, right?
Exactly, that's what I mean. They read engineer books or technical books in English.
Exactly.
They speak zero English.
I know, yeah.
But, so teachers, don't be a square.
Yeah, as long as someone is understanding you, you can, if you get there, go, right?
Exactly. One time ago, I was giving a seminar about phonetics. And then we're going to talk about that like in a month. It's part of the TKT. And I said, what is better, English, American English or British English?
Complete different. There are like Spanish is from Spain and Spanish from Mexico. It's like, right?
Exactly. And some teachers say, no, es que inglés es pure.
No.
¿Pure de qué o cómo?
Exactly. It's like if you're telling me that Spain Spanish is pure, why? Better than mine? No, right?
So what I give an example. If you remember the Blu-ray, the Blu-ray format, the ones that you bought in Mix-Up, not the ones that you bought in Tianguis. I mean, the original ones. And then you play them y tenían español neutro, español argentino, español mexicano, same thing.
Movies in Netflix is the same. That your options or languages are like that. It's Spanish, Mexican Spanish, or Spanish, right?
Exactly, neutro. It's called neutro Spanish. Like in English is the same. Hindu English, Japanese English, American English, British English, and it's all the same. And you just nail it, Rosario. And that is your aim for you as a teacher. as long as your student is able to communicate, you have succeeded as a teacher. Okay. According to Cambridge, there is well, there's tons of levels. I'm in the previous to the last one. My level is CAE, Certificate of Advanced English. Before the pandemic, I applied the CPE, which is a Certificate of Proficiency in English. I failed it. Okay. I'm sorry. You know, so I have to prepare more and more. But at the end of the day, it's my language, it's my level. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. See what I mean? So as long as I am able to communicate, it's okay. Okay, so let's continue. So in many classroom activities, we often try to create situations in which students will repeatedly use a limited number of language partners. The famous, how are you? Fine, thank you, and you? So this is artificial. Don't do that. Make students creative. Very interesting. Make your students creative. Now that we have the TICs, it's very easy. Now that we have Saint Google, it's very easy to access the information. The students have this in mind. They have the chip, and they know all. They're like sponges. All right. Very important. No teacher intervention. Can you read this? Let me see who hasn't. Nora, yeah, you didn't have the audio the moment ago.
Yes. No teacher intervention. When you are buying a ticket for The Lion King at the theater, your teacher is not usually beside you to help or correct your English.
Exactly. Again, make your students creative, autonomous. Excuse me. So teacher intervention in the classroom, communicate activities adds to artificiality. By intervene, continue reading, Gabriela.
By intervene, we mean telling students that they are making mistakes, insisting on accuracy, and asking for repetition DC.
Exactly. Okay, Marta and Nora, let's talk about last vacations. Emphasize your favorite food. I don't know. And then Marta starts talking. Last year, I went to El Caribe, to Jamaica, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, a ver, Nora, repeat what you said. Last year, I go, a ver, Marta, I go, repeat. ¿Qué va a pasar con Marta?
She's probably just gonna repeat the ground sentence, probably from the companion, and not the right sentence.
That's in the best scenario, Nora.
Mm-hmm.
Normal student, first of all, calls your names in their mind, at least. Secondly, that student will go blank. That's a normal reaction from your mind. Yes, Rosario.
Yeah, you're blocking the process, right? The communicating process.
Exactly.
You're stepping on it.
Exactly. And then Marta ya me va a ver así como que, ay, teacher, y ok, y repito lo que dices, y volteé a ver a Nora, y ¿qué te estaba diciendo? And then the conversation is ruined. And therefore, Marta will not learn English. So no, please, this undermines the communicative purpose of the activity. Teacher might be involved as a participant. Continue reading. Ilse, you're still here? Probably not. Kareli, can you read it? Teacher might be involved as a participant.
Yes, I'm here, but okay.
Yes. Okay, yes, yeah, do it, Ilse.
Okay. Teacher intervention in classroom communicative activities adds to the artificiality.
Oh, well, we read that. We're in the last point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Teacher might be involved as a participant.
Okay.
That's okay.
The teacher might be involved as a participant and will also be watching and listening carefully so as to be able to conduct feedback at the end.
and emphasis at the end. Don't interrupt. Thank you, Ilse. No, don't interrupt. You interrupt and you ruin your class. And probably self-esteem, student self-esteem. So you correct, yes. But what I do, this is me. I have, well, now that we have Zoom classes, I have my cell phone or my tablet next to me. So I'm listening to the friends and talking, and then I write in the mistakes, privately. And then when they finish the conversation, then I give feedback to everybody. And then I repeat this word, the grammar is this, blah, blah, blah. And the students know, hasta lo puedes ver, así era. And then they get the point. So if you're going to correct, because you should correct, it's at the end. Don't interrupt. That kills the activity, okay? This is actually a real picture. See, it's a trio, well, before the pandemic, in the classroom, and then the teacher is just only observing. Okay, that's what you need to do. Monitor. You understand the word? The verb? You monitor your class. Don't talk. Just look around. And finally, and very important, no control or simplification of the material. In the classroom, continue reading. Fabiola, you here? Probably not. Okay, Luis, can you read this?
In the classroom, we often use graded or simplified materials as prompts for communicative activities.
So this is good to know. This is good. But this now will be able in the real world. All the flashcards, all the props, all the realia that you may use, that's pretty cool. But in the real world, that you won't have it, or students won't have it. So what do? Oh, continue reading, Marta. Often students
work with material which force them to use certain language, or at least restrict the student's choice of what to say and how to say it. Don't do this.
In other words, remember, this is a conversation activity, and you give them a flashcard about, a mountain, and then it has words in the flashcard, como mountains or woods or something. Don't do that. Why? What happens if a student sees the flashcard? Exactly. Thank you, Rosario. Can you elaborate?
Sorry, you're limiting the options. You're
Exactly.
taking, you're shortening the creativity.
Exactly. All the material. Listen to me. All the material, flashcards, images, posters, all the material that you use for conversation activity, no words. No words. You may have in some of the walls of your classroom, or maybe in the screen if it's a Zoom class, and this is called keyword or Q-word. Like, for example, you're teaching how much, how many, you will have somewhere in the screen how much, how many, so students can relate to it. No more than that. No vocabulary, no, ¿cómo se llaman? Nouns, no nouns, because that would limit the creativity of students. So by restricting, the students' options, the material, and are denying the language variety characteristic, which we have to say is genuine communication. In other words, less control material, the better. Okay? Now, for example, can you see this picture? This is actually a collage. This is, for me, one of the ideal collages for conversation because it has no words, and you may use it for 1,001 different activities. No, for example, let's do this activity very fast. It's called Continue the Story. I start the story, and then I name I name one of you, and you continue, and then you name another one, and so forth. For example, okay, so according to the pictures, okay, so the name of the girl on the second picture is Fernanda, and she is having a very good time in the woods because, Kareli?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, you see the picture?
Yes.
You see the collage? Okay, so let me see if I can wait. No, wait. Let me see if okay, yes. Yes. So this is the collage, and I'm going to start. I'm talking about her. Okay, so the name of the girl is Fernanda. She's having a very good time in the woods. Okay, and she's having a good time because, continue, give a sentence or two currently, and continue in the story. Why is she having a good time in the woods?
Oh, I am very nervous. Okay. I imagine, for example, her name is Alice, and
No, her name is Fernanda.
okay, Fernanda.
Yeah, continue my story. Fernanda, and she's having a good time in the woods because. Why is she having a good time in the woods? No.
Please.
Look at all the pictures, Kareli.
All the picture?
Yes.
She is your vacation.
Okay.
She's with your family.
My family.
Her family.
My family?
My family or her family?
Her family.
Okay, good.
Her family. And her family is very big because she have five brothers and two sisters.
Now pass the story to someone else.
In the past?
No. Move the story to someone else. Name another one. Another student.
I don't understand.
For example, select one of the names on the participants of the class. Mira, está Erika, está Gabriela, Rosario, Luis. Pick one.
To read a horse.
Kareli?
And she, I don't know how do you say.
Mira, está Erika, está Gabriela, Rosario, Luis.
Yes.
I don't know her my name.
Marta, Nora, and Ilse. Who do you pick?
To Gabriela, for example, follow the history.
Very good. Excellent.
Yes.
I'm gonna, parenthesis, this is, you're not supposed to interrupt, but I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna be hard on you because I want you to learn English. Okay? Number one, don't mind the nervousness. Okay? You may be very nervous. I was nervous too. Next week, I'm gonna tell you a story of myself, but you need to practice, okay? So I'm gonna be hard on you, and you're gonna speak English.
Okay.
All right, Gabriela.
Okay, so Fernanda and her family likes exciting activities. So they decide to go to Yellowstone and practice new sports. The first day they went canoeing.
Nice canoeing.
And practice horseback riding.
Nice. How's the story?
Okay, Nora?
Okay, and his dad was doing some meat and mm, and her brother, um, her older brother was running and climbing mountains.
Okay, good. Pass the story.
Okay, pass to Rosario.
Okay, and she's having a great time because she loves being with her family and all the cousins that she doesn't get to see very often. Go, Fabiola.
And Fernanda has a beautiful dog, and his name is Black. He takes the dog everywhere, and also she likes riding horses. And her favorite horse is Brown. Is Brown. His name is Brown. And also, all the family are planning to go to a little boat and paddling all day.
Nice.
And having a good time.
Pass the story.
Marta?
Okay, so Fabiola enjoy eating, I don't know, hamburgers, and she's looking forward seeing more his family with these kind of trips on his next vacations.
Nice. Pass the story. Erika hasn't participated. Erika and Ilse.
Luis.
Well, yeah, they didn't leave me with much choice, right? So they seem to be having fun out there. Maybe a plot twist in the history. She's remembering all of these memories from his childhood, right? And she has all these pictures in the wall and something like that, because I don't know anything else to say.
Okay, move the story to someone else.
Move it to Ilse.
Okay, so she has all these pictures on her wall, and her favorite pic is the one where she's in the blue lake, because she loved the view she had there. And I don't know who's missing.
Oh, that would be Erika.
Yeah, and Fernanda loves to take pictures because she take all the time, and they have a picnic, and they have a great time.
Excellent, very good. All right, see all the different ways pictures can conduct with no words, because I promise you, if the collage had words, it would be limited our responses. Okay, because it's open, no control, we have a lot of activities. Now, this activity in particular, called Continue the Story, is for intermediate and advanced levels. Okay, it's not for basic. So you may use the same type of images for basic. For example, the same words, I mean, the same images, you can say, okay, with your partner, describe Fernanda's emotions. With your partner, describe Fernanda's family. Okay, so you adapt the same images to different levels, okay? All right, now we're going to conduct a activity. All right. Let me here. So I'm going to give you the description of the group. These are teenagers, intermediate level, and recycle past tense. Okay. Okay, conversation activity, 2 minutes. All right. Yes. So it's going to be in pairs. Erika, Marta, Rosario, Nora, Hola, Luis, Gabriela, Kareli. Yes, that's it, right? Okay, so what are we going to do? I want you to every part conduct, like if we were your students, a conversation activity or communicative activity. Okay, I'm interested in you to give the instructions. I'm going to improvise. For example, teenagers, intermediate levels. Okay, so Rosario and Marta, let's talk about your first boyfriend. Okay, so can you describe his personality and why you fell in love? I don't know, I'm just giving an improvisation. And then you monitor the activity. See my point? Okay, so I'm gonna give you 4 minutes, just 12 o'clock, 4 minutes to get ready with your partner. Or 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get ready with your partner. You can do it through WhatsApp. You can do it through the chat that we have here in the Zoom, or even phone call. I don't know. I'm leaving the session open. You have 5 minutes. Okay? Rosario, you have a what face?
Yeah, I know. So we're supposed to be teenagers, or
No,
I don't get it.
You're the teachers. Rosario,
we're the teachers. Okay.
Rosario and Nora are the teachers, and you're going to conduct or give the instructions for the communicative activity
to the rest of the class,
exactly.
To all of you.
Yes.
Okay, and then we monitor.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
And 5 minutes and 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm leaving the session open. Go ahead. You may use it to communicate or the chat that we have here in the Zoom.
Chicas, ya rompieron un vaso.
Fabiola, are you there?
Sí.
Okay.
Sí. Yes, I'm here.
We must okay.
Marta, you're with Erika.
I don't know how to. Okay. I just have to call to Erika. Yes.
Yeah, remember that in
Thank you,
the
teacher.
WhatsApp chat we all have. Remember that times are changing. Zoom or online classes are here to stay. We have no further notice when we're coming back. So teachers, we need to adapt. Find ways to practice, okay? All right.
El tópico. Hello, Marta. Oh, ya. ¿Marta? Sí.
Rosario, I answered privately.
Yeah, thank you, Gerson. I just saw it. Thank you.
So it's 5 minutes. You ready or you want another 5 minutes? You ready, Rosario?
Yes,
Not
I think we're
yet?
ready. Nora, do you think we're ready? Okay.
Okay, the rest are not ready. So the ones that have finished, you have 3 minutes for a pee break, and then come back, okay? That's good because I'm going to make a sandwich for me, so.
All right, thanks.
Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry. All right. So, Erika and Marta, you're first.
Okay, we are. Okay, we are talking about parties, birthday parties.
Yes. The last party we went.
Remember, remember that Erika and Marta,
Yeah.
you are the teachers. The rest of us are students. Okay, Marta and Erika are the teachers. The rest of us are students. So give us instructions.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Talking about, give me, when is your birthday? This is the first question, students. When is your birthday?
Okay, Gabby. Okay. My birthday is on March 30.
Okay. Somebody else talking about when is your birthday?
Mine? My birthday was on August the 20th. Just like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Marta, help me. And did you have a birthday party?
Well, no, because of the pandemic, you know, but I had a beautiful Zoom reunion with all my family, with my brothers and sisters and nephews and nieces. So that was kind of fun.
Oh, that's great. Marta. Marta. Are you hear me, Marta?
I think she's having internet issues.
Yeah.
Improvise, teacher. Go ahead.
Okay.
Your microphone is off, teacher.
Okay, somebody asked me a vocabulary for party, for birthday party, like a cake. I'm nervous, Gibson.
Yes,
Yes.
I want
Nora.
to. My last birthday party, my family buy me two cakes. One was the real cake to eat and just to share with family, and another cake was to. Well, I got muddy in the cake. They just throw my face in the cake, and it was all on my hair, and it was all a messy cake around all the table, and it was really bad but really funny, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Who cleaned it
my mom.
Okay.
My mom did. Yes, because I think she got that idea to do that. So
that's a great idea. I love
Yeah.
your mom. Yeah, it sounds fun, right?
Yeah, she's so crazy with birthdays.
Nice.
Yeah.
Marta?
Marta's not here.
No here. Okay. And then the other question for my students is what kind of music do you like?
Call us by name.
Okay.
Sorry, I have problems with
Rosario.
my internet here.
Okay, my favorite music. Oh my God.
What kind?
Favorite music.
For your birthday, like, for example.
The birthday. Okay,
Yeah.
for a party.
Yeah.
Well, I love contemporary music. You know, I love DJ like electronic music. And I think that's the music for a party, you know, because it creates a festive ambient, you know.
Yeah. Somebody else? I no veo, Marta. No, yeah. Let me see. Carly, did you dance and your last birthday party? Carly, did you dance in a party or for a birthday or for your friends or something else?
I think she's not paying attention. Kareli?
Yeah. I don't know.
No, she's not paying attention.
Yeah.
Now try.
Attention. Sorry, it's my conversation with Gabriela.
No, we're still with Marta and Erika.
Okay, the question currently is, did you dance or do you like dance?
Yes, I like dance.
Okay, and the last birthday party when you went, did you dance in there?
No.
Why?
I have many months that I can dance.
Okay. Give me the vocabulary of snacks in a parties, like chips, a cake, what else? Luis.
Yeah. What was the question?
What kind of snacks used in a
What kind
birthday
of
party?
snacks I like in a party? Well, I like candy, of course, because I'm a sucker for candy, but having like some kind of chips or
Yeah.
maybe some kind of lollipop or ice cream even. Like I like that kind of snacks on my birthday party.
Okay, that's it, Gerson, because I am not alone.
Okay, now.
Yes.
Now give the instructions for the conversation. Okay, pause there. What you just done, Erika.
Yeah. Yes.
Is not communicative. What you just done is called eliciting. Eliciting is asking questions. You can Google it. I'll send you the terminology at the end of the class. Eliciting is asking questions, and normally is for warming up or introducing grammar or whatever. Eliciting is asking questions for a specific topic. No. Communicative is give the instructions and make pairs. Especially if your coordinator is observing the class, pair work. Coordinators love pair work. Okay, this is a tip for you. So for me, what you did is about introducing the activity, but you're missing the conversation activity. The conversation activity should be, okay, now that you know what a cake is, now that you know your music and so forth, okay, talk to your partner about your last birthday or your best last birthday. And then you have both of them talking. Not you and the teacher, not you, teacher, student, student. See what I mean, Erika? Okay, because what you did, the conversation was teacher, student. You ask questions, we answer.
Yes, I did that.
No.
Said, the question is, do you like parties? And I answered that.
No.
Oh.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's a listening,
Yeah.
but not communicative.
Yeah.
Communicative is always student.
Okay.
And when we come back to the classroom, the best and pure communicative student or communicative activity is student all together at the same time.
Okay.
Everybody
And
talks at the same
in this
time.
activity, I only I don't know how do you say give the instructions to my partners working it, right?
Exactly. Give the
Okay.
instructions and let them work.
Okay. Yeah. I understand that now.
I'm sorry, Erica and teacher. I don't have connection in my internet. I am now in the phone, so I'm sorry.
We're the same. We're the same. I'm using Telmex and it sucks, so I have to use my telephone.
Yes.
But where I live in your house, the connections for Telmex are on the ground, so no other companies are allowed to. Okay. All right. So yes, Erika, we got the point.
Yes.
Give instructions and let them talk. I know Zoom or online classes might be a little bit challenger, for pair work, but still you can do it. My teachers that work for me in my institution have that instruction. Always have pair work as much as so. Some of them do WhatsApp. They have a conversation WhatsApp. Some of them are Zoom and two and two and two and two and two and two. But it's always student.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now let's go to Rosario and Laura. Per favore.
Okay, class. Good morning. No, good afternoon, right?
Afternoon.
Okay, we are going to have a conversation topic today. So Ms. Nora and I are going to show you how you are going to have these conversations. Okay, the topic is your favorite kind of music, favorite singer or band from the 80s. Okay, and you have to talk about why you like that that singer or band. Okay, Ms. Nora and I we're going to show you how to do this conversation. Okay, so Ms. Nora.
Yes, like an example, my favorite artist or band from 80s was the Bee Gees. And I think they were transmitted such a great good vibes, and still they do. So I think they are so great, and they transmitted peace and positive attitude. So that's why they are my favorite artists in the 80s.
You know what? That's so funny because I hate Bee Gees.
Oh.
So yeah, I have an older brother. He's like 11 years older than me. So he used to play Bee Gees all day, all night, you know. So I just hate them. And especially Andy Gibbs. He was the one with the voice like
yes,
yes, right?
yes, he was.
So yeah, that's funny. And we didn't rehearse that class, so.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
So that kind of conversation, okay, class. So our first pair to show us that exercise. How about Gerson and Luis? Go.
Sure. Luis, my favorite band from the 80s is Metallica and Alan Parsons Project. Only one song though.
Okay, I don't know either of those ones, but I like Queen because
Queen.
Queen. I think the songs that they made meant a lot for the history of music and all that, and I just enjoy listening to them, right? So I think Queen is a good group to listen to.
Nice, nice. I rather, yeah, Queen, Guns N' Roses too,
Guns N' Roses are fine, yeah.
and Scorpions.
I don't know Scorpion, but I will. And just
All right.
Okay, thank you, Luis and Gerson. Very good.
Yeah, very good. You can also ask questions like, why do you like, or why do you think they had success, or like just ask questions and have more conversation, okay? Maybe we can try now with Fabiola and Marta.
Okay. My favorite band on the 80s was the Carpenters. I like the boy, the slow English that I could learn, and and I could practice the English because it was so clear.
Right.
But I like reggae music.
Did you prefer one song in specific?
Yes, I like one. I have one. My favorite song of Carpenters is Mr. Postman.
Okay. My favorite singer, it's maybe Madonna. She's a woman very strong, and I think she expressed her feelings and his thoughts about his music. So I prefer Madonna.
Okay, thank you, girls.
Erika. Okay.
So that's it, Gerson, or we continue?
Very good. Excellent.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Very good. Excellent conduction of the class. All right. I mean, another class, the activity.
Thank you.
Good.
Thanks.
Fabiola and Luis.
Well, good afternoon, students. I'm gonna be your teacher, Luis, and with Miss Fabiola, we're gonna do an activity with you. The activity consists in which sport or which activity you did as a child, and the next person is gonna say why will he do it or not do it, and which one is the activity that he or she liked as a child. And we're gonna go on and on with all the students. So I would like to start with Gerson, and then Erica, and then go.
Okay, so no entendí, teacher. ¿Qué tengo que hacer?
So you're gonna say the sport or the activity you did as a child, like the one as a child, and then the next person is gonna say why will he or she do it or not do it, and you're gonna say I will recommend you to do it because of this and this, and we go on from that.
Okay. When I was a child, I play canicas. And I played chilas pelas with marbles. And I played Nintendo 64. Oh, no, 64, no, the family set. The Nintendo, the first family Nintendo. And that's it.
Okay, can you continue, Rosario?
Sure. You know what, Gerson? The other day I was trying to explain a little boy about canicas, and it was so hard, you know, because I hardly remember, and he didn't know about them, you know, so it's fun you mention it. Okay, and my favorite activity as a child was skate using the skates, you know. I used to go out in the street and skate. Oh my god, I forget the skateboarding. Thank you. Skateboarding. Okay, that and using the bicycle too, because we have that kind of freedom on those days. Okay, we used to have that freedom. Okay.
So
that's very nice.
when was the first time you start skateboarding?
No, it's not skateboarding. It's using the skates. The skate rolling.
Skates.
Skate rolling.
Skate rolling.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Skate rolling.
Skate rolling.
You're a badass teacher. Cool.
No. Thank you, Nora. But don't. Sorry, Nora just wrote me on the chat, skateboarding. You know, because I didn't know the verb, but it's rolling.
Skate rolling.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
Cool.
Okay, so Erica, can you continue?
Yes, I was to riding a bicycle on the street, and I like to play to roña or las traes with all friends on the street, and the other sport like to play baseball, and I play to swim, because in Tancanwis we have a lot arroyos in August and in July and August is when is that term is rainy hard, like, and we have to go to swimming.
That's very nice. Can you continue, Gabriela?
I'm not sporty, but something that I remember that I used to like when I was a child was jumping the rope and riding my bike. Okay, because I know the sporty. Sorry.
That's okay. Kareli?
Okay, my favorite activity when I was child was make mood cakes, and in sport I always ran in the street.
That's nice. Nora?
I used to be in a cheerleading team. I was cheerleader, and I love to do gymnastic activities, but now I just forgot everything. I don't know how to do that again, because I was like, I believe 10 years old. So that was my sport activity when I was little.
That's nice. Gerson, no dogs in the classroom. I'm sorry. We are not allowed to have dogs in the classroom.
Sorry, it's because my daughter, my little one, my baby, wanted to say hello.
That's okay. And I think the last one is the Serendipia. Or
sorry, it's my my name of my private practice. My favorite activity as a child was playing with Barbies. I enjoy seeing movies for Barbies like Nutcracker and Swan Lake. and I was practicing ballet when I was a child.
That's cool. I think that's everyone.
Okay, very good. Feedback. Same feedback that with Erika. What you did is teacher-student. That's not communicative. You need to make it student. Okay, so
yeah.
One thing that I love from Rosario and Nora is that they model the activity. Understand that model? They give the example. Okay, so as if you can do that, otherwise it's going to be happening like I did. Teacher, no entendí. Of course I understood, but I'm acting like a normal student. And if you don't model the instruction, the students will like, ¿y teacher aquí qué va? ¿Y qué era? ¿Y ahora qué digo? Miss, ¿y ahora qué sigue? So if you model the instruction, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay, Luis?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Luis, and thank you, Fabiola. All right, Gabriela and Kareli.
Okay, children, good morning, everybody. Today, let's talk about your favorite food. Yes? So let's have a conversation. You can ask questions in order to get this information, okay? So you can ask questions like, what's your favorite food? Why do you like it, okay? So let's see, please, let's start here with Luis and Nora, okay? Come on, you decide who starts. So it could be first Nora and then Luis, okay? Come on, let's do it.
Okay, Luis. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Luis. So what is your favorite food? What's your favorite Mexican food?
Oh, Mexican food?
Yes.
I got to say chilaquiles. Like chilaquiles in the morning is just the best way to start your day.
Okay. When was the last time that you ate chilaquiles?
Probably last Monday. This Monday. Yeah.
Oh.
They were pretty good.
I thought you ate chilaquiles every day, but
no, I would love to, but they're really not good for you. So I just take them once a week, and I think that's why I love them so much, because they're like for me. Yeah.
That's right. I love chilaquiles too, but I think my favorite food, Mexican food, is enchiladas. It's kind of the same, but
yeah.
I love the salsa verde.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty good. When did you had enchiladas last time?
I haven't ate enchiladas from like 2 months.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so I really like to eat enchiladas now, but
yeah.
I don't know.
What's your drink to go with the enchiladas? Like a Coke maybe, or just
no, maybe like juice, or orange juice, or pineapple juice. I love juice with enchiladas. I don't know why. I believe because they are spicy. So
yeah, and the juice just helps a little bit with the spice.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, Luis and Nora. Now I have a question. Have you ever eaten Japanese food?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have to. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Anything else? Okay, you talk about Mexican food, but have you ever tried another kind of food?
Yeah, I tried poutine. It's from Canada. It's just like French fries with gravy and cheese. It's really good. I really like it. I like, I don't know. It's the only one I can remember now.
I ate once like a Samoan food. I don't know what it's like specifically called, but I ate. It's like a lot of vegetables and with only olive oil. It's really healthy, and I ate once that, and it's really good. It was really good for me to try that.
Okay, well done. Thank you.
That's it, Gabriela?
Okay, so I don't know if Kareli wants to try it. Kareli?
Yes, tell me.
Do you want to try it?
No. No, it's all.
Okay.
She says it's fine. Don't be nervous, Kareli. Aviéntate al ruedo. Let me tell you a quick experience of mine. I started teaching when I was 18. And because I had, well, you know, I don't want to say connections, but thanks God I had a plaza in government of Jalisco. Y como hablaba muy bien inglés, mi coordinadora me mandó a un tecnológico, bueno, los institutos tecnológicos. So I was 18 and all my students were over 23, 24, advanced levels. So yeah, it was either that or find another job. So the best way to learn English and to be the best teacher is practicing and trying it. And I guess Rosario can relate to it because she's old school too, like myself. And teachers we were forced by working. That's my advice to you, Kareli. Even though you're nervous, even though you're afraid, just do it. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes, really, I promise that. But that's good.
Thank you.
For real, that's good that you make mistakes. That's good, you learn. I still do. I still make mistakes. That's okay, you know, we're humans, you know. Almost perfect, extremely sexy, but we're still humans. Okay? All right, good. Very good. Same feedback, if I may, Gabriela and Kareli. Try to make it more conversational. Okay? And one point that caught my attention, and I have to tell you, is that you used have you ever. That's advanced. That's kind of risky to use in an intermediate class. We understood and we responded because we're English teachers. For a normal class, be careful to lower, and listen to me, lower your level to a student's level. See what I mean? Like a kindergarten teacher, right? If you're teaching kindergarten, you would speak differently to a kindergarten teacher or a student to an adult student. You will speak differently to a basic student to advanced student, correct? So I invite you to be careful when given instructions, make sure that it's understandable for students. Okay, cool. All right, so far so good, all right? For homework, I'm going to, well, I'll send you WhatsApp. I'll send you WhatsApp and I'll send you the homework, okay? It's a reading material, you have to read it. And during this 1.5 months, we're going to work with the first sample, or excuse me, the sample paper of the first module. It has to do with what we're talking about. So, excuse me, I'm going to be sending you the homework, the reading material for the homework, and a sample paper for the module 1 of the TKT. The one that I'm sending you, it's actually, it was actually an official exam. Cambridge, after 5 years, they destroy them per se, or not use it as exam, and then change it into educational material. So you may, it's approved by Cambridge for me for you to use it. Okay. So the homework for the sample paper is only for you to get familiar with the exam. In other words, read it. Don't bother about answering. Don't get nervous about not understanding or whatever. I just want you to get familiar with the layout and the type of questions. Okay? All right. Good. So questions? So far, so good? All right, very good. Comments, complaints, suggestions? I'm always open and willing to listen to you. All right? So it's 12, yes, Rosario.
The material you sent us, there are like 3 PDFs, right? Are we supposed to read it or do something with it?
Yes, that's part of the homework. I'm going to send you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
See, so we want, so you can have the instructions written.
Okay.
In WhatsApp, no? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you.
I have a question. Do
Yes,
we have
Nora.
like a due date for the homework or?
As long as it's before the Saturday.
Okay.
I mean, really, I understand we're all busy and we're all teachers. I'm sure you're well organized and you would do every day a little bit so you can by Friday have everything completed. Or if you're a typical Mexican like myself, maybe Saturday in the morning you will do it, but that's okay. I don't mind. As long as before the class, that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. So thank you very much. Let's call it a day. It's 12:54, and it was very nice to meet you guys. And I really hope that you can stay in the course and do this adventure together. Again, there is no stupid question. Please feel free to send to the WhatsApp in the chat or to my personal WhatsApp. That's okay. All right, just any question, let me know, and I will answer. Sometimes I don't answer like right away because I'm giving classes or whatever, but I always on the same day I answer the questions. Okay. All right. Very nice
Thank you
to
so
meet you
much.
guys. No, thank you. And I'll give you the
Thank you,
instructions on
Gerson.
WhatsApp.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you, everybody.
Have a nice weekend.
You too.
Party a
Bye-bye.
lot, drink a lot, drugs, sex, everything.
Oh, sí. Yeah.
All right.
Every closet.
All the package. Bye-bye.